Hi, I'm Holden Kurwicki with 5 on Your Side, and this is my reporter's notebook from a recent trip to the Shawnee National Forest, where I covered a story about the Snake Road. I'm originally from Southern Illinois in the town of Nashville, and the Snake Road is something that I had actually heard about for years. Well, recently, about 2 weeks ago, our news director, Art Holliday, shot me a message and was like, hey, would you have any interest in doing a story on this? And I immediately jumped on it. This has been something that, though I had never seen before, I've always been curious about, both from my time living in Southern Illinois, and then I also worked down there for a number of years myself, but I never got to experience the Snake Road. So I reached out to Mark Vukovich with the U.S. Forest Service. We knocked out a time and he said, come on down. You know, through our discussions, we're both outdoors, and then we both just love being in the woods and in exploring nature's beauty. One thing I'm not so fond of, though, of course, snakes. One thing I didn't know was that there are 23 different species of snakes in Southern Illinois, including the cottonmouth, the water moccasin, and of course the timber rattlesnake. We saw 4 different types of snakes during my time down there, and as I said, not a big fan of snakes, and actually my aunt even sent me a text afterwards and said, weren't you scared? Since I had a wildlife biologist with me, I was not, but it was just neat to see them moving back and forth in their natural habitat. And the thing that actually drew us to this story, and the reason Art actually sent it to me, is this is something that doesn't really happen, you know, anywhere else across North America. To have something like that right here in our backyard, I feel like we need to explore that. And the Shawnee National Forest and the U.S. Forest Service are actually working on some volunteer programs to try and bring kids from the city down to the forest down there to show them that even though we have these snakes, you know, they live in all of our backyards, essentially. You might not know about it every day. And the one misnomer with this, and even though I'm afraid of snakes myself, was that these snakes actually, they haven't had any reports of accidents down there in years. So a lot of people go down there, walk around. They close for the fall, September 1st, so they close today through Halloween. The best time if you want to get out there and really see some snakes is sometime in the fall. They said October is really the peak season if you want to see those big snakes that are really venomous. But of course, not everybody wants to see those. They might make your skin crawl just a little bit. But of course, if you miss the fall season, you can get out there in the spring. We have more information about how to get down to the LaRue Pine Hills, or Snake Road, excuse me, as it is called, on our website, ksdk.com. Just make sure you look at the bottom of this story, and it can give you directions no matter where you're coming from.